Washington State won the toss. They will receive, and football is back here in Pullman as the kick sails out of the end zone for a touchback. The Cougars will take it out on their own 25. Welcome to those of you joining us from the Montana at Washington game, where the score was 13-7. Montana getting the upset, and things getting started here is Max Borghi. The all-everything back for the Cougars, bursting up the left side. 2nd and 1 for the Cougars, and here is Harris. He'll lunge forward for the first down. Garantano hands it off, met in the backfield as the Aggies get a big stop there. Patrick Joyner Jr., defensive end for the Aggies, getting that last stop, stuffing Borghi. Garantano flushed out of the pocket, eyes downfield, running for the first down, and an easy pickup for Garantano. And once again, the decision making to hang on to the ball when you need to. 1st and 10 on their own 47. Garantano back to pass. A little bit too far outside. 2nd and 10 for Washington State. Borghi in the backfield. Garantano, the shovel pass. Borghi can't hang on to it, though. They'll bring up 3rd down for the Cougars. 4 starters returning on that Washington State offensive line. Lots of size, lots of experience. Trying to help move the chains here. Borghi, delayed handoff. And the Aggies force the Cougars off the field, and great penetration by the Aggie defense. So first time punting for the Cougars. This is Nick Haberer, all the way over from Sunshine Coast, Australia. First ever college football game, and looks like he calmed the nerves for that punt. 7 plays, 17 yards, and a punt. Aggies will take over when we come back. 1st and 10 on their own 14 for the Aggies. Calvin Tyler Jr. taking it up the right side. Slung outside. 3rd and 8, Bonner. A little miscommunication, incomplete, and a very quick 3 and out. Constantly gets a good leg underneath it. Fair caught. Deion McIntosh in the backfield. Catch made outside. It'll be more of a balanced attack here as opposed to the air raid in previous seasons. And on the outside, it's Harris making the catch and thrown out of bounds. Harris, the Cougars' leading returning receiver, in a position where they don't have a ton of experience, but they're excited about who they have. And another drive ending quickly for the Cougars. The Aggies will take over once again. So both offenses trying to find their footing in the early going opening game of this season for both the Cougars and the Aggies.
Going. I think just for the overall chemistry of your team, giving Andrew Peasley his opportunity to win this job.
Peasley outside. Tompkins with another catch. Peasley, the coaching staff said, was the first one in the weight room, was winning every single conditioning drill, and became much more of a vocal leader as he hands it off to Calvin Tyler Jr., who picks up a few, and it'll bring up 3rd down for the Aggies. Aggies 3 and out in their last series. See those wide splits of the receivers. Peasley will keep it himself. Finds an opening. Peasley out in the open field now. Finally brought down by the linebacker, Jahad Woods. Second and 10. Peasley will keep it again. Spins, shakes the defender. Here's Tyler Jr. Peasley launches it down the sideline, and that is brought in for the touchdown. So now the Cougars got to try and get a stop here on the 1.
That's a killer right there.
1st and goal on the 6 for the Aggies, trying to break open a 0-0 game midway through the 1st. And another flag And possibly another false start. Flag was on Quazell Wright from Tacoma, Washington, the junior. Peasley tries to dart one across. Tompkins can't get it. Well defended. 2nd and goal. Peasley has been terrific in his first series. Hands it off. Tyler Jr. escorted out of bounds. That'll bring up 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. Empty backfield for the Aggies. And another flag, the 3rd one on this series against the Aggies. They were at 1st and goal from the 1. This will back them up even further.
College football's back, right? Home field advantage.
False start.
3rd and goal from the 16. Here is Tyler Jr. Connor Coles, redshirt senior from Bozeman, Montana, straight down the middle for the game's first score. So the Aggies lead 3-0 as Peasley orchestrates a fine drive for Utah State. Cougars trying to get their offense rolling here. Garantano escapes out of the pocket, slides down for a gain of 8. McIntosh in the backfield. Garantano flips it. Calvin Jackson Jr. streaking down the sideline, knocked out of bounds, and another 1st down for the Cougars. That's a trading card catch for Calvin Jackson Jr., his first reception of the game. Garantano back to pass, trying to escape out of the pocket. Garantano trying to pick up more until he is met from behind. 2nd and 3 for the Cougars. Garantano to Harris. Harris eludes the tackle, and Von Pachon on the stop once again, but another 1st down for Washington State as they get some momentum on this drive. Now 2nd and 10. 2 minutes left here in this opening quarter. Garantano across the middle of the field, this time caught. The shovel pass inside. McIntosh wrapped up. 2nd and 5 for Washington State. McIntosh, the handoff. Gets right back to the line of scrimmage. They'll snap it. 3rd and 5. Garantano batted down. So the Aggies forcing the Cougars now to potentially kick, and that'll do it for the first quarter of action. So Utah State taking a 3-0 lead here in Pullman on the road, a day in which we've seen a lot of underdogs compete very well on the road. Washington State trying to kick the field goal when we come back. So lining up for the field goal. 35-yard attempt. Cougars able to notch this one up. Janikowski. Bonner, a dart outside. This time the handoff, and quickly gobbled up by that defensive front. 2nd down, Bonner. And an acrobatic catch made again by Derek Wright. The quick tempo of the Aggies. They will not slow it down for anybody. First and 10 on the Washington State 44. Handoff this time to Elyon Noah. Bonner keeping it.
You have to think 2 downs to make a 1st down, right? They may run this football right here.
3rd and 4. So Nick Rolovich and company trying to force another stop here in their season opener. John Gentry. Empty backfield. Bonner. Quick throw. Batted down at the line of scrimmage. Trying to pin the Cougars deep in their own territory. And Utah State executing that to perfection, down at the 1. It's been Deion McIntosh getting the majority of the snaps here in the first half. Garantano deep in his own end zone. He'll uncork one up top. Nearly picked off. Borghi back in the game. Garantano flips it outside, and It's been Calvin Jackson Jr. that has been sure-handed for the Cougars here in the first half. Garantano, 3rd and 5, Garantano, and he is taken down for the safety. Scarver will get a chance to sink his teeth into anything. Nope. It is bobbled, scooped up. Cougars trying to pursue. Peasley led the Aggies to a field goal, a 45-yard strike, got them down to the Washington State 1 as another nice run for Tyler Jr. Peasley rolling to his left, slings it outside. The difference in yardage, Utah State 156 to the 76 of Washington State, and met in the backfield and quickly brought down as the Cougar defensive front. 3rd and 13 for Utah State. Peasley, eyes downfield, rolling out. Peasley has to tiptoe the sideline, tries to squeeze by, fumbles the ball, and that is picked up by the Cougars. Timeout on the field for Utah State, trying to challenge the ruling at hand. Backfield by Max Borghi. Borghi with the handoff. Borghi a burst up the middle to pick up a couple. 2nd and 8. Delora dumps it off to Borghi again. Borghi off and running, tries to hurdle, flips over, but gets the first down for Washington State. Delora, delayed handoff. McIntosh, the spin. 2nd and 7. Delora. Eyes downfield, trying to elude the rush. Delora escaping the pocket. Delora dashing towards the sideline, skipping out of bounds. 8 yards on the scramble, brings up another 1st and 10 for Washington State. Delora launches one, trying to go up top, and that is broken up. Delora, the pump fake. He'll keep it himself again. Delora moving the open field, diving towards that first down marker. The Cougars have yet to convert a 3rd down in this game. Trying to keep this drive alive. McIntosh, he'll get it. Heading to the school that has a guy that you had your eyes on. Delora. And McIntosh quickly met, and that is Marcus Moore with the penetration. Both coordinators for the Aggies calling their first game from the booth. 3rd and 14, Delora getting out of the pocket. Delora trying to direct some traffic, trying to kick it into one more gear, but chased out of bounds. So here's Dean Janikowski, who connected on his first field goal attempt of his career in the first quarter, hits the upright, no good. So after Delora gets some momentum on this drive, Washington State unable to convert. It'll still remain 5-3 in favor of the Aggies, 4:17 left in the first half. Fans in the stadium, feels good to see these stadiums filled with the joy and energy once again.
It does, and is it me, or is this like the most exciting 5-3 football game you've ever seen?
2nd and 8 for the Aggies. Logan Bonner in at quarterback. Both teams a combined 2 for 11 on 3rd down. Bonner outside. That is caught. Good for the first down. Brought in by Tompkins. Devin Tompkins now 4 catches for 49 yards. Noah splits a few defenders. Quickly wrapped up. Bonner down the middle, and that is picked off. Derek Langford Jr. He's got some room. Langford Jr. met by Bonner. Borghi will take the carry right up the middle. Gain of 4. Delora eyeing the defense. Delora, quick throw, quick catch, and this is Joey Hober getting his first snatch of the game. Coaching staff expecting big things from him. The shovel pass can't be handled by Borghi. McIntosh in the backfield, shifts to the right of DeLaura. DeLaura rolling out, looking for the back of the end zone, but can't be reeled in by Travell Harris. He had an opportunity for the game's first touchdown. That's one he'd love to have back. Unable to convert there, brings up 3rd and goal. DeLaura trying to go up top, dribbling. He can't make the circus catch, so the Aggies, who Ephraim Banda mentioned, we don't care about yardage, we want to force the other team to kick, and they accomplish that goal yet again. Attempt the 26-yard field goal, try and give the Cougars the lead with a minute left in the first half, and kick is good. So Janikowski with all 6 points for Washington State. They now take a 1-point advantage, 54 seconds left. Because so much can happen in these first games. Janikowski will flare it up. And a fair catch by the Aggies, so Utah State will have a little bit of time to work with, just 1 timeout though. Peasley this time handing it off. Gentry again up the middle, quickly swarmed. So that'll do it for the first half of action here in Pullman. Cougars lead the Aggies 6-5. Still be the man at quarterback for the Cougars. And this time, looks like Savon Scarver is going to get a chance, and Scarver trying to bounce it around to the outside. He's finally brought down at the 28. Hope the Aggies get down to the 1-yard line, but then 3 false starts penalty backed him up the field goal range. Here's the carry by Calvin Tyler Jr. He's met before he gets 9 yards on that scramble. Tyler Jr. again sprints ahead, brought down. A 3rd consecutive run for the Aggies, and Aggies keep it on the ground again, and the Cougars finally snuff that. Utah State just 2 of 6 on 3rd down. Peasley will keep it. Slant route broken up on the outside, and that is Jalen Watson.
Utah State knows it's man-to-man coverage right here by Washington State.
4th down for the Aggies. Peasley rolling out. Peasley trying to find his man, and that is a completion and a 1st down. So the chains continue to move. Peasley able to use his arm that time. Has to run out of the pocket, surveying the field. Peasley trying to be patient. He'll just scamper out of bounds. Peasley hit as he throws it. It's up for grabs. And Jabril can't get his mitts on it, but excellent pressure up the middle from Washington State. 3rd and 9. Peasley backing the screen pass. Tyler Jr. back in the game. That is quickly stopped though, number 82. So a 39-yard attempt for Connor Coles. His career long is 44. From the left hash mark. Kick is good, so Utah State will continue to take the lead in our baseball-like score. 8-6 advantage Aggies. Cougar ball when we come back. We'd be remiss not to mention the huge victory for the UCLA Bruins, 38-27 over LSU, as Harris will bring this one out. Harris tripped up at the 32, but there's a flag on the play. The 2 running backs for Washington State have combined for just 8 yards. Borghi and McIntosh. It's been the quarterbacks, DeLaura and Garantano, that have rushed for a combined 44 yards. Here is DeLaura. And the completion is good to Donovan Ollie as he sprints down the field. DeLaura again looking down the field, and just too long for the outstretched arm of Harris as he tries to make the diving catch. We oftentimes hear in fall camp the defense is ahead of the offense when it comes to just getting on rhythm. Is this a case of what we're seeing here tonight?
You know, there's been plays to be made. I mean, it's been close to some really big explosives.
Borghi trying to explode himself, getting to the outside, and Max Borghi, nothing but runway as Borghi punches in the first touchdown of the night for the Cougars, and they take the lead.
There's some plays to be made. That was impressive right there.
And just like that, Washington State back on top, 13-8. With the biggest play of the game, Max Borghi, 64 yards untouched to the house. The Cougars are starting to roll. Max Borghi, 64-yard touchdown, the longest run of his career, puts the Cougars on top, 13-8. You see him chopping it up with Renard Bell. Their leading receiver tore his ACL prior to the season, but nothing but smiles on the sideline for Washington State as they regain control of this game, and just the joy, the camaraderie that the Cougars have been
and pulling
showcasing
for each other. I mean, these kids spend so much time together. You know, all through the COVID thing, spending all summer here, every summer. Just nice to see guys enjoying each other's success.
Cougars continue to try and keep it away from Savon Scarver, but this is Devin Tompkins who's trying to make some business with that. Logan Bonner back in at quarterback. Another productive run on first down for the Aggies. John Gentry, the running back.
Utah State's kind of slowed down here, relied a little bit more on the running game, and now come back with the RPO.
Here's Gentry again with the carry, picks up about 6 yards. Third and 7. Bonner, the pump fake, dumps it off. Here is Gentry in the open field, upended, an absolute shot by Armani Marsh, who comes in with a head full of steam. I was always told, don't leave your feet.
Sometimes it looks good, sometimes it looks awful.
More oftentimes than not, it's the latter result as Gentry stopped.
You know, and if anybody was going to do it, it was you, right? Basketball player, track athlete, football player. I mean, you're the guy that's going to be able to do all those things.
Well, see, I stayed away from the hurdles. I didn't like obstacles in my way as Bonner rolls to his left, and what a dart outside to McGriff, who gets the completion, but there is a flag on the play. Gentry squirts up the middle.
They've settled for field goals, had a safety. See if they can put the ball in the end zone and respond to that drive by Washington State.
2nd and 5. Bonner up top, trying to go top shelf. Bowling can't haul it in. 3 receivers to the right. One-on-one coverage up top. Timeout, Utah State. Aggies trying to match the touchdown from the Cougars from the previous drive here in Pullman. Connor Coles, 28-yard attempt, trying to get his 3rd field goal of the night. Coles. And through the uprights, and that'll bring Utah State closer. Cougars still lead 13-11. Harris will take this kick out also. Harris trying to weave through some traffic. Nice return up to the 31-yard line. And Jaden DeLaura has been solid tonight. He's helped extend some plays with his legs. This time, fakes the handoff to Borghi. It's Calvin Jackson Jr. making the catch, picking up a few yards afterwards.
Just be 2-0 somehow.
Borghi sprinting to the outside.
Again,
Cut by Shaq Bond.
That's too easy.
So Borghi, 15 yards on that last rush. Here is Jackson Jr., the screen, making his way downfield. Flag on the play. He's knocked out of bounds. Deion McIntosh now in the backfield for Washington State. 1st and 10 for Jaden DeLaura after the hold brings the screenplay back. DeLaura trying to go deep. Here is Stribling. Can't get to it. 2nd down. DeLaura again looking deep. And again can't connect with Stribling. They've been able to cover tonight, and especially in 3rd down, Washington State just 1 of 7. Here comes the blitz. McIntosh picks up the screen. And a terrific play call, and then a late hit coming in. That'll warrant some laundry onto the field and put Washington State in even better position. Flag on the play. So the false start was on the receiver, Mitchell Quinn. You typically don't see that in the red zone. And the Cougars much more productive on offense here in the 2nd half. This 3rd quarter alone, 120 yards after just 137 in the entire 1st half. 1st and goal for DeLaura. Surveying the field. DeLaura trying to use his legs again. He'll flip this outside. Cougars trying to put more on the scoreboard here. 2nd and goal from the 12. DeLaura will fake the handoff. DeLaura to the outside. Solid contain. A tough position here. 3rd and goal from the 12. Not a lot of real estate to work with here. DeLaura fires a strike into the chest. And that is Donovan Ollie with the catch and the muscle into the end zone. And DeLaura delivering again on 3rd down. 8 plays, 69 yards, capped off by a 12-yard touchdown. Extra point is good. Donovan Ollie using every pound of that 210-pound frame to push his way into the end zone. Well, both these teams really trying to turn things around from last season. Such a departure from where they were at a few years ago, as Scarver's going to get a chance here. And Scarver, and a terrific open field tackle by the Cougars special teams unit. Peasley back in at quarterback. Well, Peasley really put himself in a position to challenge for this spot in the offseason. His work ethic, his approach, really leading by example, even trying to be more vocal as he hands it off to Calvin Tyler Jr. But more of that Utah State tempo. Tyler Jr. again getting upfield. Brought down just inside the 30.
Under center.
First time we've seen that all night. Peasley drops back. And another catch on the outside. Derek Wright starting to get busy tonight. Cougars show 2 safeties. Peasley. And just too high, had a man open. Derek Wright was right there again for the 1st down and just put it too high.
Yeah, he overthrew that one.
Constantly the punt. Fair catch by Harris. There's Borghi lowering his shoulder pads. 6'7", 319, the redshirt senior. Very athletic. Plays even lighter than what his weight shows. DeLaura steps up into the pocket, moving to the outside, bouncing around, gets the 1st down. And another late hit coming in on Utah State. DeLaura, the sophomore from Honolulu, again rolling to his left, firing a laser down the field, and that is picked off. Cam Lampkin wrestling on the sideline. Flag on the play, though. Saw a little bit of a grab with the shoulders beforehand, but those are such difficult bang-bang plays that the officials have to make on those pass interference calls, and it pays off just trying to go to Stribling. They get the pass interference. This time they convert on a shorter pass, and Stribling, I love how fluid he is with his route running, especially at his size. And you saw that it took 3 or 4 Aggies to bring him down. Calvin Jackson Jr.
Yeah, Utah State's starting to wear down a little bit right now.
Which is interesting because coming into this game, the concern was with the pace of the Aggies wear down the Cougars. But right now, Washington State playing their best ball of the night. They are knocking on the door for yet another potential score. Is everyone grooving here in Pullman? Jaden Delora keeps it himself, trying to go outside, muscle his way through, lowers a shoulder. Cooper, the handoff. Borghi quickly gobbled up in the backfield. Cooper will get another opportunity, 2nd and goal from the 5. Borghi keeps it, met again by Bannerman, who's been living in the backfield the last few downs. 3rd and goal, Delora. Trying to evade the rush, flips it in, kind of up for grabs, broken up though, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Cougars. So a drive that looked very promising stalls in the red zone again for the Cougars. Dean Janikowski will come back out again, converted his first field goal of his career early in the game. It's through the uprights again. So the Cougars still lead by 2 possessions, now 23-11, just over 12 minutes left in this 4th and final quarter as football returns to Pullman. Here's the kick. Scarver will get another chance here. Dangerous return man, cuts it to the right. Trying to get up that sideline, and Scarver whistled out of bounds about the 30-yard line.
Scarver picked out that kicker and just lowered the boom on him.
Slow trudging on the handoff, John Gentry. Delayed handoff, this time up the middle for the 1st down. Gentry once again. Bonner looking up top. Might be somewhat biased here. This time the handoff. Nice little run again is Gentry, keeping this drive alive for Utah State. And you really wonder if back in the first quarter on 1st and goal from the 1, if Utah State was able to punch that in and avoid those penalties, got a completely different ball game. But here's Gentry again. This time the handoff, and that is Noah through more contact, and another carry on 3rd down leads to a conversion for Utah State. 1st and 10 for Bonner. Taking his time here. Play clock down to 8. Another handoff to Noah, but beautifully read. Jahad Woods getting into the backfield and wrapping him up. They go to the ground once again, trying to bounce outside, but quickly brought down by Justice Rogers. So the linebackers for Washington State now trying to snuff out the runs. This time they go to the air. Comeback route on the outside is complete. McGriff, and another 3rd down conversion for Utah State after they've struggled to keep things alive all night long on 3rd down situations.
And McGriff, 6'6" receiver. He's the guy that they say they have to get going. If they can get that big, tall receiver going, they're going to have an explosive receiving corps.
Tompkins, the catch outside, and now we see the tempo picking up for Utah State. 2nd and 4. Bonner looking to pass again, pump fakes it this time, escapes on the run. The ruling does stand, completion's good to Bowling, 1st down for Utah State. And the drive continues for the Aggies with 6:30 left here in this ball game.
12-point game. Still a lot of football left to be played. They need it. They have to score a touchdown on this drive. The field goal doesn't do them much good.
Calvin Tyler Jr. now in the backfield, leading rusher tonight for the Aggies, 75 yards. The reverse though, Tompkins trying to come around, slow down, but Tompkins able to get the 1st down. Last time the Aggies were in this situation, they had 3 false starts. Clean snap, up the middle. Calvin Tyler Jr. picking up a few more yards. It'll bring up 2nd and goal. Another carry, Tyler Jr. trying to get through the middle. Was it enough though? Utah State is saying touchdown. And it is ruled a touchdown, so the Aggies strike back with a score of their own, their first touchdown of the night, and they have a chance. So the touchdown stands. Now all that remains is the extra point. Here's the extra point for Coles. Let's try and make it a 5-point lead for Washington State. And it's good. So Utah State, a long, lengthy, productive drive to make it now a 1-score game here in the 4th quarter up in Pullman. He's getting it done on offense, but both teams, you could argue, Bob, have really done what they've wanted to do on defense and force the other team to kick as we get the touchback.
Really evenly played game. Utah State leads in total yardage, 376 to 306. But just impressive the patience you mentioned. 6 minutes and 47 seconds when you're down 12 points.
What are you thinking here on offense? You've got 5 minutes and some change left in this game, and you're hanging on to a 5-point lead.
Yeah, they're going to try to run the ball, but it's always an RPO kind of bubble screen game like this.
The toss outside to Harris. He's knocked down.
I tell you, Utah State's defense that was wearing down a little bit has to be rejuvenated. You know, that long drive, they're back in this football game. That was huge for this Utah State defense.
In game time, it was 6 minutes, 47 seconds. That drive in real time is about 30 minutes.
And they needed all 30 minutes because they were sliding a little bit defensively, Utah State.
2nd and 8 for the Cougars.
Playing some 2 deep. Probably should run the football right here, even though it's 2nd and long.
We'll go to Harris again. Harris trying to split a few defenders, but it's A.J. Vongpachan on the tackle, and that'll force a 3rd down for Washington State.
3rd and 5.
Cougars just 3 of 10 on 3rd down tonight. You see DeLaura sprinting to the huddle. Already in the second half, 175 yards of total offense. Washington State really needing 5 yards here. DeLaura stepping back in the pocket, tries to escape, and he is met by a pair of defenders. Jalen Bannerman getting the first hit, and that'll force a 4th down for Washington State.
That's their pass rush guy. Ephraim Bonda told us this guy can rush the passer. Retraces his steps right there, felt the screen coming. Great job by Utah State's defense getting off the field. And here we go.
Arguably the biggest stop of the night for the Aggie defense. They now give their offense a chance to take the lead here. Just over 3 minutes left.
The Australian punter in his first football game in a pressure situation nailed it.
Nate Haberer, see that rugby style punt. A monster kick. But now it's up to the Cougar defense if they want to try and close out this game. We've got a great one.
And it's interesting, you know, if you're Utah State, you've been rotating those quarterbacks every series and continue with it, right? It's whose ever turn it is and let it rip. It looks like Logan Bonner.
That was the first punt since the first quarter for Washington State.
See if they're as patient and run this football.
Bonner back to pass on the outside, and that is snagged by McGriff. Manageable 2nd and 2 up next for the Aggies. Plenty of options here. It's Tyler Jr. up the middle, and he gets the first down. Ball nearly ripped away by Rogers in that last second. Utah State with 2 timeouts.
Under center again. This is interesting to me.
Empty backfield for the Aggies. Bonner outside. Tyler Jr. races to the sideline to stop the clock.
Because now in college football, there's so much shotgun snap that you get concerned when you're under center about that exchange.
That's the thing. You saw Tyler Jr. go in motion. Bonner going to keep it himself this time. Bonner dives forward. They'll bring up 3rd and 5 for Utah State.
You have to think, with just 2 timeouts left, it's 4-down territory right now for Utah State.
Under 2 minutes left to play, Utah State, the underdog, trying to come in here and knock off Washington State. The Cougars trying to get the first win of the season on this opening kickoff night. Bonner, pump fake, outside. Tyler Jr. loses his footing, though. It was there.
It was there. You have to go for it. The only question is, do you call timeout right here if you're Utah State and get your absolute best play with no confusion?
The first catch by Tyler, the 8th different Aggie receiver to catch a pass.
I would call timeout right here if I'm Utah State.
4th and 3. Bonner takes the snap. Bonner outside. And it's Tyler Jr., a huge conversion on 4th down. Bonner, the pump fake. And another strike, and this is Tompkins with the reception. And the tempo starting to pick up for Utah State. Under a minute left. Bonner again connecting. Tompkins, copy paste.
I mean, this is the first game in this program for this coaching staff with 15 transfers, and able to execute the way they're executing is very impressive.
It's looking like a photo finish here in Pullman. Bonner, he has been alternating every series, however, going 2 consecutive series to try and close out this game for Utah State. They fake the handoff to Tompkins. Bonner steps up, eludes the rush. Bonner lunges forward, and you figure Utah State will burn one of those 2 timeouts with just 21 seconds remaining. This would be a huge win for the Aggies. Washington State trying to get one more stop. Aggies need a touchdown.
The matchup into the boundary right here.
Bonner again stepping up in the pocket, trying to go up top. And a flag on the play. 1st and goal from the 7. Logan Bonner.
That 1 timeout allows you to do pretty much what you want to do right here.
The Aggies will have a couple of shots. Cougars trying to just keep Utah State out of the end zone.
Touchdown.
Bonner connects. Tompkins is the man, and the Aggies have stormed back to take the lead late here in the 4th quarter. Here's the 2-point attempt. Bonner trying to go up top, and it is caught, and that is good. Derek Wright in the back of the end zone, and Logan Bonner trying to stake a claim to that quarterback spot. It's been a battle all night long, but Bonner coming through in the clutch for the Aggies, and they now lead by 3. You figure Delora's got enough arm for 55, potentially 60 yards, so if they can get one quick completion and a timeout, Washington State might give themselves a chance for a miracle. Here's Delora, back to pass, trying to escape out of the pocket. Down the middle, catch is made. They'll have to go to the lateral game now. Here is Harris.
Look out.
Gets it backwards.
There's a penalty, though.
Flag on the play. Here is Borghi. That's who you want to have it. Borghi looking for another man. And it's the big offensive lineman, Jarrett Kingston, trying to keep it alive. And Utah State will pounce on it. However, there is a flag. So it's not over yet. Usually in these situations, there's a whole bunch of clerical errors.
It would seem like an offensive penalty based on where that flag is, unless there's some kind of hands to the face by the defense. But I think this is an offensive penalty.
Blake Anderson.
That penalty will be declined.
Wow.
The result of the play was a fumble recovered by the defense. The game is over.
And that's your ball game. Utah State comes into Pullman. Blake Anderson, his first game as head coach, and they shock the Cougars. They come back from 12 down in the second half. A pair of touchdown drives in the fourth quarter put it away. And a huge win for this Utah State program as they try to turn things around.